Washington Heights Library. The first Washington Heights Library opened in 1868, and it was surrounded by sparsely populated farmland. Initially a small library with only 300 books, it has been expanded and relocated multiple times. This occurred in 1875, 1883, 1900, and 1914. The four-story building has an adult, young adult, and children's program spaces, and it has a multi-use auditorium in the basement. In 2010, the Washington Heights Library underwent renovation. This includes an addition of a glass elevator, cosmetic upgrades to its walls, floors, and ceilings, as well as a more modern layout with more computers. This new layout addressed accessibility with the inclusion of the elevator, as well as preserving and highlighting the historic integrity of the library.
The library itself is surrounded by moderate amount of vegetation. There are a few trees lying on the sidewalks of both West 160th Street and St. Nicholas Avenue. However, in the neighborhood, there are multiple areas where vegetation is more common, such as the Roger Morris Park, Coogan's Bluff, the Park of Harlem, the Trinity Church Cemetery, and other parks which are higher in vegetation than the actual streets itself. In the diagram, you can see they are highlighted in green. For the sunlight, it's divided between the summer and winter solstice. The summer solstice beginning on June 21st of this year, with the sunrise coming up at 5:24 a.m. from the northeast and setting at 8:31 p.m. to the northwest. The winter solstice begins December 21st, with the sun rising at 7:16 a.m. from the southeast and the sun setting at 4:31 p.m. to the southwest. In the next images, you can see the sun coming in through the library windows towards the inside space. It's hitting the windows from the left and creating a set of shadows. Then we have both the summer solstice and the winter solstice gifts, both showing the data recorded from 5 a.m. to 12 a.m. on their respective dates. However, the winter solstice has significant less light just because the sun sets a lot earlier. And then for the last image here, we have the light coming in from the southwest of the building and creating a shadow northbound. The wind varies through seasons, obviously, but the data was recorded on March 6th. The time varies from 6 a.m. to 12 a.m., and the wind speed, which was recorded in knots, goes from 2 all the way to 14, which was the highest wind recorded on March 6th, which was 14 knots. The wind was blowing southwest in the morning and ended up blowing southwest at night as well, with a peak of 14 knots at 3 p.m. blowing south.